So I'm going to sow some broad beans, and I've got the Sutton that I bought from my local farm shop, and then I'll show you how to grow them. This is the seeds, nice big seed. All you have to do is put them out and allow them to grow, and when they're big enough, which I'll show you, we plant them out. So that's the first step. It's the 22nd of December, and these are my broad beans, coming up nicely, sown early December. They're about 3 weeks old. They all look like they have been quite slow, but they've really taken off. These ones will all start coming out soon. The smaller ones. Once they're big enough, I will transplant them to the other garden, and we'll go for just for that update you on the broad beans. Last year I grew them in a fish bin like this, one of those. They work really well, and then I carried them to the field because they have quite a big root system. But these I'll just loosen in here and then transplant the plants. These are running away themselves. They're beauties. Yeah. So I like to start them here so the mice can't eat seeds, and it's been so wet as well that they would have just rotted in the other garden. So this is a lot drier, and I can keep an eye on them. So it's more, I can keep an eye, like water when I need to. And they haven't needed a lot of water. I think I've watered them 3 times because the weather is colder. You don't need as much water. So I'll show you when they've got big enough to transplant. So we're digging up the broad beans to take them to the field to plant out. These are now, it's January the 15th, so they're about 6-7 weeks old. Nice size. Mark's just lifting them up gently, and which loosens the root, and then just separate them, and then they're going to go in the box to be planted out. Actually, there's quite a lot here, so we'll have a lot of broad beans. So as Mark has loosened them, you've got to pull it closer to the roots, as close as the roots, holding the stem as close to the root, because they're very succulent, and if you don't do that, you can break them. That's why you need to use a little trowel to loosen them.
It's a good plant, isn't it? Look how tall that is.
That's a look. That is tall, yeah, nice. So we are now here at the garden, and this one had carrots, this bed had carrots in, and we're now going to plant some of the broad bean plants. Mark is there planting. Let's have a look what he's doing. Do you know how far you're planting them apart?
20 centimetres.
How much?
20 centimetres.
20 centimetres. That's what he says. So this one was hooped, but we're going to put trampoline netting over it to give them a bit of warmth, because it's always a shock for them to be transplanted. They've got an amazing root system. Look how huge. So you try and get that all in the hole. Let's see. Mark gets all the roots in there, and then he firms it around to ensure that they stay upright, because they become quite a heavy plant, so it can easily fall over as they get taller. And the firming around, ensures that they can grow happily. Anyway, so I'll show you in a minute to put a trampoline net over this. So we've planted them all out. 2 rows in each bed. Looking quite good. Not the straightest, but it felt straight, but there you go. This is what it looks like. We get the the nets from Marketplace, who tend to be freebies. People getting rid of their trampoline they don't want anymore. Sometimes we pick up the metalwork and use it for other things, but usually it's just a net. And this is what it looks like. Mark's now going to put some hooks in the ground to hold it in place. Show us one of your things, Mark.
U-pins?
U-pins are quite handy because it's nice and clean, so no slugs can hide between it, and we're just putting them along to tighten the net in place. So we pull it into the center and still put some U-pins in, and it's looking pretty good. On this side we've got a clamp. It's slightly short, but if you clamp it together the rabbits won't come in, because this is partly to protect us from rabbits, the odd one is around, but also to help them grow, because this would just protect the plants while they're settled in. We have a lot of winds here, and the winds really damage the plants, so we're doing it to protect them. Anyway, I've just counted the plants, 70 broad-bean plants, and then we've got a few more over here, which I'll show you now. Here's the other ones, which we put in on Saturday. And these are about 50 plants, so overall we've got 120 plants. I really do like broad beans, so we'll be putting some in the freezer. Mark is picking Cavanera.